We turn now to the COVID-19 crisis in Italy. There is a Springfield, Oregon native who's currently studying there to get her master's degree, and she's been stuck in her apartment now for more than 2 weeks. Liberty Siegle joins me live now from inside her apartment. Liberty, thank you so much for talking with us this morning here. It's evening there, and you're now, what, day 16 of Italy's lockdown?
Yep, day 16, stuck in my apartment, and about 3 weeks since school's been in session.
Wow, so the lockdown is being strictly enforced there. Tell us about what you're required to do if you're even thinking about leaving your apartment, and what are the consequences if you don't follow that protocol?
So in order to leave, you need to fill out this form issued by the government, and you may only leave for the purpose of going to the pharmacy or the supermarket. If you are found to not have this form on you, or if the reason that you give is not consistent with the policies, they can arrest you or fine you. And I think also the social pressure to follow it is almost more severe than the legal ramifications if you don't have that.
If you can still hear me, how long have you been in Italy studying for your master's? And at the point when this all became very serious and the lockdown countrywide in Italy began, how have you been feeling through that transition and now being stuck at home?
So I arrived in Italy in August, so it was about 7 months in when the fall started. And initially it was really difficult. I think people didn't realize the gravity of the situation we were in. And so no one really took the measures too seriously at first. And a lot of schools were canceled before businesses and shops were closed. So people were still very much out on the streets. And it didn't really seem like a proportional response. Now that we've been here for 2 weeks, we've settled in, we've established a new normal. We're back in session and everything's online now for classes. And so now this feels like, okay, we can ride this out for the rest of the semester. But initially, it's really hard. I mean, people come to Italy to be in Italy and to travel and enjoy the country. And beyond just not being able to do that, seeing all the damage that this is causing to the population is really difficult. So while it's hard, we also know that there's a good reason why we're in our apartments.
And what does it feel like when you step outside of your apartment with seeing the streets simply empty and seeing that strong enforcement of keeping people indoors? I mean, it's got to be unnerving.
It really is. I actually live right in the city center, and lots of bars, restaurants, shops nearby. And, I stepped out for the first time, I think, in 6 days to buy hand soap of all things. And I didn't see anyone, not even police officers at that point. And my first interaction with another human was very weird because, it's like I live alone and I haven't seen someone in 6 days, and now I finally see someone and we're keeping our space. There's a plastic retainer between us at the supermarket, and it's really eerie. Like, I don't know how to interact with people anymore.
And your parents still live in Springfield here at home in Oregon. How has that been, being away from them? I'm sure that your parents have been quite worried about you.
Yes and no. I think we recognize that it's safer for me to be here on lockdown, observing it in my apartment, than to be traveling. I actually did look at going home, and it would take 3 different flights through 3 different airports. It would take a trip to Rome first. And that just not only increases my own exposure to something I can bring back to my parents, but it also, increases exposure to other communities. And so while it's difficult to be away from family in a stressful period, we recognize that this is what's safer for them, for me, and for anyone else I might encounter on the trip.
Now, as Italy's coronavirus cases continue to slow, I believe it's the 4th day in a row that they are slowing. It's still obviously a very dangerous and deadly situation there. From living through it there in Italy, what advice or just thoughts do you have for people here at home in Western Oregon as we continue to see cases start to climb here?
I would say really try to learn from what's happened here in Italy. We didn't really take it that seriously initially and look at the situation we got ourselves in. Whether it's mandated or not to stay in your homes so far, do so. Take that social responsibility upon yourself. Don't go out unless it's crucially necessary. Share resources. Even if other people are panic buying doesn't mean you have to. And really do what you can when you must go out to be as safe and hygienic as possible.
Any final thoughts?
No, I just really hope that we can survive this, get through it quickly, and take care of ourselves and move on with our lives.
Liberty Siegle, a Springfield native stuck in Italy right now as she works to get her master's degree. Liberty, thank you so much. Stay safe and stay healthy. We'll keep checking in with you.
Thank you.